Hey family, how you guys doing? I'm Sam.
And I'm Robert.
And welcome to Random-ish.
Yes, welcome. No, I think we're going to behave this time.
Okay. Well, we'll
yeah, we'll see.
Behave. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see how our behavior is.
Yeah. All right. So, just to begin, make sure that you guys like and subscribe to our show. You know, hit the link down in the comment.
Yeah, link down in the comment. I'm not pointing at my feet.
You know.
Oh gosh, man! You just reminded me of something I was talking to you about last week. Dennis Rodman doing an ad for some kind of online app that you make money, and he's shaking his phone. He goes, "I do this," and he's doing it everywhere. He goes, but he's holding it down in his wrist. I do this when I'm in the bathroom. I do this standing up. I do this. He's in the kitchen. I do this when I'm in. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, remember that fucking that shake thing, that exercise fucking thing? That that shit was pornographic. It made money though. People bought it.
Yeah, well, it actually works though.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, I can save myself some money.
Just stabilizes.
Go in the bathroom.
No, but it does. See, the thing is, it makes you stabilize. Use certain muscles in your wrist and in your forearms and your shoulders that you don't normally use for stabilizing.
Well,
maintaining that particular balance.
We could save our women some money then. Just.
Well, I think that's just a practice they have to do. I don't think I want a woman to have an iron grip if they're going to be working a particular part.
Well, yeah, that's true. That'll be some shit.
Rip it right on out. Right now.
All right. So, welcome to the show, you guys. Today we are in the beautiful Rock Creek Park. We decided to go ahead and change the scenery a little teeny bit.
Yeah.
It's lovely. I think it's probably around 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's almost 90 degrees today.
And I don't know, with all the crazy shit that we're going to be talking about today, yeah, we needed a peaceful place to do it.
Yes, absolutely needed some place so we can be uninterrupted.
Well, that.
Well, we had some good studio space for our initial show, and right now,
but that
the great outdoors is our studio, as you all can see.
The plain white background was like okay in the beginning, but then I started to think, like, you know what, it would be just nice to have like a nice backdrop. But I think right now we look like, we're at a damn golf tournament, and we're talking about Tiger Woods and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like that the way the background looks.
The only thing that we're missing is like the suits. And you notice they be in like them hot ass fucking suits. Like it'd be 110 degrees. They out on a fucking.
I don't understand that. I mean, I understand wintertime, or you're in some area where it's highly cooled, like air conditioned.
Right.
But I guess they want to look good with those suits on, and we do have some sport commentators that were wearing polo shirts and stuff. So they weren't always. It's good to look good though. Kind of sort of professional. It's just funny when I see some of these guys out there like Michael Strahan and those guys, trying to be a little athletic, playing around. Don't talk about him. He's not bucktooth. He's just gap-tooth.
Okay, gap, buck, whatever you want to call it. Women love that shit. So
that dude's making some dough.
Yeah, he's making.
Life after the NFL, which brings to mind, man.
Oh yeah,
Antonio Brown.
Quits the NFL due to sexual misconduct. No, he ain't quit.
They let him go, and looks like
they ain't let him go. He got fired.
Well, it looks like he might be getting picked up by Miami, though. He might be going to Miami.
If that happens, it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of protests. But no, I don't think that's going to happen, because didn't somebody say he actually quit the NFL?
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
He was already.
He's been acting erratic and everything else, and if I were a owner of a team or something like that, I really wouldn't want that in my locker room anyhow. Well, you got athletes that don't
I'm
adhere.
In knowing just exactly. Nobody's saying what it is he actually did, though. They're like,
man, everything is all it's all over the damn news. From this dumbass going inside of a freezer, to cool off, and barefoot and getting frostbite on his damn feet. to.
That's not a sexual allegation.
You're referring to this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see about that. You say his trainer said he sexually abused her or some stuff like that, and I'm not. I don't want to sound like I'm a victim blamer or anything like. But why the hell do you wait so damn long before you start jumping out there? Making these allegations. I don't understand that. Especially with the way things has been going for the last year and a half with the Me Too
the Me Too
mess.
movement.
I ain't calling it a movement. It's just a mess. It's a mess.
There are a lot of women that are okay with the Me Too movement, but I also realize, especially being in my field, being a photographer, that there are a lot of women that are not okay with this Me Too bullshit. They are just not. They see it as an open opportunity for women to take advantage of people or to take advantage of the system.
It's opportunity. Well, I understand there are some implications in there, where, victim, feels a little more empowered to speak about something because now they felt, they were guilty of, something happening to them and all that stuff.
Right.
But
what about those women that know absolutely that what it was that they were doing? They knew what they were getting into, like that whole Mike Tyson thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or that girl. Listen.
Or the Kobe Bryant thing.
Right. I am not saying at all that Mike Tyson should not have did whatever he did to that girl. All I'm saying is it was 3:00 in the morning. They talked about having sex. She went over to the hotel room at 3:00 in the morning, and then afterward, in the
what did she think he wanted to do?
Right, yeah. What did she think?
Discuss politics?
Yeah, right. So,
astrophysics.
There's a level of responsibility that
all human beings should have.
Women have to take too. Now, again,
I think he should take responsibility for what he did.
I say that Tyson needed to take responsibility for what it is that he did, and that he was wrong for whatever it is he did. I am not trying to excuse anything that he did. Same thing for Kobe Bryant. But that woman that the clean.
Well, how many different people's semen did they find up in this woman?
Oh yeah, that's kind of true too.
And Kobe Bryant. I don't really like to rehash that, but just as an example, he should have been using his damn brain anyway. He's got a wife, and then he's running up in this chick raw. He don't even know the chick. Probably didn't know the chick from 5 minutes.
So how would he not expect to have to be in some? You'd have to expect you're going to be in some shit. If you
I understand you're an athlete, you're making money, and there's always, I've met Mike Tyson a couple of times. He's been over my mother's house, and I do understand. You get, when you have a certain, level of celebrity or whatever you want to call it, celebrity. There's going to be, people who just wants to be in that limelight. They want to be around you. They want to be noticed. They feel special being around somebody that's got a lot of attention and all that stuff. But there comes a point in time when you have to be responsible for yourself.
Right.
I don't think I could be a celebrity because these people get no peace. Well, you get no privacy. Everywhere you go, somebody notices you.
You do realize if this right here takes off, that's instantly what we're going to become. Once we get 1 million views, you're not going to be able to walk outside no more.
Oh, I'm gonna walk outside, and I double dog dare somebody to step up and like they think I'm broke. I'm telling y'all now. And if this shit breaks off, I'm still gonna be broke. Right. This is just YouTube.
Yes, you have no clue how totally broke we absolutely are. Like, just completely and totally broke.
You want to be on a show? Fine. You want to what's the phrase? I'm trying to put the phrase. You want to hook a brother up with some, I know you're famous, so here's some fellatio.
That's so sexy.
All right. Oh, women. Sorry. Now that you just said sexist, women.
Oh, damn. All right. So,
none of this.
For my nerdy, geeky, Star Trek-y, which I'm a fellow one of these people, for people like us that love Star Trek.
I don't love Star Trek. I like Star Trek.
Aaron Eisenberg, the guy that played as Quark's nephew, Nog, he passed away at 50.
Could you tell everybody what character Quark was? What was his species?
So in DS9, Deep Space, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, just to give you some backlog, Quark owned a bar on the space station on DS9, and Nog was his brother's son. I can't remember his brother's name.
No, what was his species?
He was.
He wasn't a Romulan.
No.
What was he?
He was. God, that's horrible, especially since I'm a Trekkie.
You're not a Trekkie. You don't remember what species he was.
No. Hold on. He was. Doggone it. This is sad. This is very, very sad. Okay, so basically, their species. Ferengi.
Ferengi. Okay.
Thank you.
No, see, I'm glad you remember.
It was on the tip of my tongue. It's just, here's the sad part. I go to sleep to DS9 running in the background, and I could not remember that he's a Ferengi. Not because I don't love the show, but because just my memory just sucks ass. All right. So anyway, Aaron Eisenberg played Nog, which honestly was one of my favorite characters. Her and Cisco, Commander Cisco's son Jake, Nog and Jake were like best friends on the show. He was 50. Stop calling on me, doggone it. He was 50 when he passed away after doing a little research. I believe that he had like 2 kidney transplants, but the cause of death was not disclosed.
2 kidney transplants.
Yeah, 2.
That says a whole lot to me about, when you're a celebrity or you got some money, you can get something more rapidly than people that need it really bad.
Yeah.
I have a friend that's requiring a kidney transplant right now. He's been on dialysis for a few years. He just got on the list.
Wow. Yeah.
Just got on the list.
A little money goes a long ways, but ultimately it did not end up extending his life because, he's still dead.
Yeah. Well,
you guys have my condolences. He was actually definitely a favorite character of mine. But on a lighter note, on a higher note.
Lighter note.
Well, higher in this case, American Airlines passenger goes nuts and smokes weed on the plane. So this dude, and I'm making an assumption here that he probably was going through a little bit of anxiety, decided to roll up in the bathroom and just go ahead and light one up. Now, he did not get locked up. The plane did have to land early.
In Colorado.
They didn't lock him up. It was more of a medical issue. He was having like shakes and all of that kind of thing. And I'm assuming that basically he was feeling like he probably doesn't take the
maybe he was having a panic attack or something like that.
And he thought that the weed would do something to help with that. Ultimately, he locked himself in the bathroom. They tried to get him to come out. He came out 5 minutes before the plane was about to land. And the police and ambulance people came in and picked him up. He was not arrested. Now I find that interesting though.
Yeah, because he was not a person of color, and I can imagine. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm being racist, or I'm not really being racist, but I see a lot of instances, and I don't mean people of color, just black people, but I mean anybody other than being Caucasian. I believe they would have been tackled, tased, and charged with some kind of biological crime. He lit up a drug, so he was maybe trying to release a nerve. They'd have done whatever whatever charge he comes from releasing or trying to partake in marijuana in a closed environment with other people who do not partake in
it
marijuana.
definitely would have been interesting to see what.
Not that I would want to see, regardless of whatever his race was. Not that I would want to see them, get locked up behind that, because marijuana, does a lot of people good.
Well, the thing is that I think as long as he would have been on the ground, it would have been a misdemeanor. But I think in the air, it's probably a felony.
Yeah, well, there's no smoking period on airplanes. Even though, considering just 30 years ago, you could buy cigarettes. You can buy cigarettes on an airplane, and No, here's the funny thing. Did you know that they used to sell cigarettes in the hospital?
I did.
You could be in a hospital bed. I think it was like 19.
I did not
you know,
know that.
Yeah, I was looking at something. It was an image of a guy. And the nurses actually was walking up to a guy laying in a bed, in a hospital bed, and they had, you know, like you know how they used to have the ladies walk around with the little the boxes full of cigarettes and gums and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They're actually doing that in the hospital.
That's man.
Can you imagine how far? You see how far we've come?
We've come a long damn ways. Okay, so the big topic today that we're going to talk about, of course, we kind of touched on it.
What's the big topic
our
today?
Last episode, Kevin Hart with the accident thing. It was interesting that the people that were in the vehicle, the people that were in the car, are now suing him.
I don't think they're suing him. As I understand, they're lawyering up.
And Kevin Hart is also lawyered up.
Yeah,
too.
well, I would too. I mean, you know, from what I imagine is, I think we were discussing this earlier about, you know, the ramifications of, you know, getting a classic vehicle that has, you know, slightly been customized a little bit. In Kevin Hart's case, it was I think it was a 1970 Beretta that was like 720 horsepower.
Beautiful car.
It was a beautiful car.
Now here's the thing. I think the reality of this whole thing is, should classic cars or custom cars be required to have like shoulder restraints and airbags? I think it's classic. I think classic vehicles. I think if the vehicle was designed back in the time, depending on the actual usage of the vehicle, there are people that collect vehicles, and you know they might drive the vehicle once or twice every once in a while. Like for instance, Jay Leno. And who was that? Does that mean that he's going to be required to take and put seatbelts in all of his classic cars? I mean, does that mean that, you know,
the man owns a car with a tank engine in it?
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, actually, he owns a car that can go underwater. A car that can turn into a boat. I think he owns a flying car.
I think for the application that the vehicle should require, you know, standard safety equipment, but you know things like airbags.
Back then in 1970,
we're not expecting you to buy we're not expecting you to buy a Model T, you know, at an auction and stuff, and all of a sudden you got to put, you know, shoulder straps and all that other stuff in it. You know, it's a Model T. The vehicle, and especially if it's an authentic vehicle, everything in it is authentic. Should you be required to add some updated things in there?
You know,
maybe if you're going to be driving it in regular, I think maybe if you're going to be driving it in regular traffic, you know, with regular cars, with, you know, up-to-date vehicles with all the standard safety equipment that's required by law in these vehicles.
Here's the thing: there was nothing illegal about how the car currently, as it was.
Yeah, because
nothing illegal.
There were seatbelts in the vehicle, as I understand.
Oh, there were?
I believe there were seatbelts inside the vehicle.
Oh, so because my notion was that there were no seatbelts. If they didn't have the seatbelts on, then that's negligence on their part.
Yeah, that is. Well,
you know, they can't sue Kevin Hart because they decided not to put a seatbelt on.
I wonder how that's going to work out. You know,
my notion is that there were no seatbelts. There were no airbags.
Well, I'm just glad Kevin Hart didn't have an early demise. I mean, we've been losing a lot of, you know, artists, comedians, actors, singers, you know, and, you know, it would have been, you know, a big loss.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, big loss, you know.
I mean, Kevin Hart being, you know,
he's been prevalent, you know, in multimedia for a while, and he's just been blowing up. I mean, he's, not my opinion, he's not the funniest, you know, comedian out there, but you know, he does have some moments. I like watching some of his specials.
Well, that's pretty much it for today. I would like this video to be sponsored by Samsung. I would like
for it to be sponsored by Seiko.
Seiko,
Okay, it's not Seiko.
Citizen.
It's not Seiko, but I like Seiko too.
Yeah.
But Citizen.
I would like for this video to be sponsored by Nike or McDonald's or anybody else that's interested in sponsoring us. You know.
Hey, anybody want to sponsor us? Well, not anybody. Sorry, I do have some morals.
Right. You know, if you're interested in sponsoring us, you know, definitely reach out. I'm Sam.
I'm Rob.
And this has been Random-ish.
Yes, random-ish.
All right, until the next one, we bid you adieu. Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Peace.
All right, talk to you later. That was good.
I thought that was good. Did we cover everything? I wonder.
If not, we're gonna do it again. So let's stop there.